Hi everybody, I'm Barb Centini. This is my granddaughter Alyssa. She's going to be helping me today. She's going to hand me books while I do a little mini review. These are my 5-star reads and my TBR for the rest of the month of February. And most of these are given to me by authors, or I won them on Goodreads, and some of them I bought. Alright, Alyssa, first book. Our first book is A Curse So Dark and Lovely by Brigid Kemmerer. I love this book. The main protagonist is a female. Her name is okay, we have Prince Wren, who is the monster basically. Harper is the female. And Gray, who is Prince Wren's protector, bodyguard. Harper, she has multiple sclerosis, I think, or cerebral palsy. She has some kind of disorder. But Prince Wren is under a curse. He has to find a female to fall in love with him. Alyssa, you might want to scoot that way so you can be seen. To break the curse. And he's tried like 328 times. But the witch who cursed him told him this is his last chance. So he has to find someone to break the curse, to fall in love with him, so he doesn't turn into a monster. He's basically killed lots and lots and lots of his people, and him and Gray are the only ones left. I gave this 5 stars. These are all 5-star books, and my TBR. Okay. Next book. Actually, the next 2 books. We have Seafire and Steel Tide by Natalie C. Parker. I'm not going to tell you about Steel Tide. It's the sequel, and there's still a 3rd book to come out. But Seafire is about basically female pirates. I was telling my daughter and her girlfriend about this book, and her girlfriend's eyes just lit up like, oh wow, like she really, really wanted to read this. And I know she doesn't read much but horror, but she wanted to read this because it's about these female pirates. So in Seafire, Caledonia is the main character. Her brother Donnelly, her friend Pisces brother Ayers, Rona their mother, and the bad guy's name is Lur. Well, one of the bad guys. He actually ends up hurting Caledonia. I won't tell you how. But it starts with Caledonia and Pisces. They're on this little island, and they're searching for food to supplement their supplies. And it's basically a water world. There is land, but the only way to get around is on the water. So while they're on this island, their ship is being attacked by Lur's men, and everybody's killed. And Lur attacks Caledonia, who gets away, and she gets back to her ship to find everyone dead. She finally finds her friend, but her brothers are missing. Well, her brother and Pisces' brother are both missing. And that's basically the story. It was really good. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is. It's kind of sci-fi, it's kind of fantasy, so it's a mixture of both, because there's technology that's not really technology, or if it is, it's nothing I know about. Okay, the next book. The next book is Christmas Spirits of Trad Street. And this is basically a mystery thriller. It's really good. I was kind of surprised because I was expecting a little Christmas sweet, like cozy mystery, but it's not. It's very intense. It has an excellent plot. There's a lot of backstabbing and betrayal, and I think you'll really enjoy this one. I did. And I don't really like cozy mysteries, but I like a good thriller, and I was expecting one and got the other. Keep them coming, baby. And give me that one too. I forgot to say, Seafire I bought, but Steel Tide I was sent. Next we have Bring Me Their Hearts, which is the first book, and Find Me Their Bones. So I'm not going to tell you about this book. I'll tell you something about this one. Bring Me Their Hearts is basically a Queen of Hearts retelling, but the girl is she's like an ordinary girl, but then later on finds out she has some special things about her, and she's under a witch's spell. She has to do what the witch says because the witch has her heart in a box, basically, and she has to do everything the witch says or the witch will destroy her heart. And I was sent this through Goodreads by the author. Next is All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban. Let's see if we can get the whole thing. There we go. So I'll scoop over a little bit, baby, so you can get in the picture. Alyssa's a reader too. You see, she just grabbed the book. All Your Twisted Secrets is about 6 friends, and they, the one friend, she's basically a bully. Her name's, what is her name? I don't remember. But Amber is the main character, and their friends are Maggie, Robbie, Freya. Freya and Amber are best friends. I'm trying to figure out the other girl's name. Sasha. Sasha is not a nice person. Sasha manipulates. She gets everybody to do what she wants. by either befriending them and making them think that she's looking out for their best interests, or by straight up bullying. So all these friends are invited to a dinner, and when they get to this dinner, there is a feast set up, and they get locked in this room. So one of them decides to just go ahead and start eating. So they pull the cover off the platter, which they're assuming is their main course. And there's 3 things on the platter. There is a syringe, a bomb, and a note. And the note says, "You must choose who will die or you all die." So they're locked in this room and they're trying to figure out who wants them dead, who's trying to kill them, and they argue, fuss, fight, carry on, and it has a wow of an ending. Oh, yeah, I said who it was by. Okay, this one is TheTenant by Katrine Engberg. I think it's Katrine, or it might be Katrine Engberg. This is a thriller. These are all 5-star reviews. That's why I chose them to show. This is about a building where a bunch of people live. It's an old building. There's a cafe downstairs. There's the old man that lives there. And he goes down to the cafe to get him some coffee. He gets his coffee. He comes back up. He noticed one of his neighbor's doors are open. So he knocks and the door kind of just slides open. And he's saying, "Hello, is anybody there? Hello, hello." And he walks in. And he literally falls down in blood because one of the tenants has been murdered. He doesn't know which one it is because there's 2 girls that live in the same apartment. And he has a heart attack and police come. And that's where it goes from there. Masterclass by Christina Dalcher. I just spoke to this author earlier today. She seems like a very nice person. This book, it had me so angry. There is a educational system, but it's not just an educational system. It's based on your Q, which is like your IQ, but there's other things that go with the Q, like being on time, missing work, missing class. And the mother in this story is a teacher, and she teaches at a silver school. A silver school, a silver school is for the elite, the bright kids like Alyssa here, the gifted kids. And you have to have at least a 9-point Q in order, which it goes to 10 points, to get into this school. And depending on what you do, your behavior, your attendance, they have a grade system every month. They check. You have to do a test every month, and you have to pass, and you have to have a certain grade point, or they send you to a different school. The next school down is a green school, and then the next school after that is a yellow school. Well, the green school's not that bad. It doesn't have all the benefits of the silver school. It doesn't have, the best food, the best programs, the extra art classes, music, it doesn't have all that. It's just basic school. Yellow school, however, is for what they would call idiots. Kids with disabilities, kids with learning problems. So the woman's husband is partially responsible for all the testing and the idea of the queue, but her oldest daughter Anne is doing great. The younger daughter, however, Freddie, she's not doing so well. She's in a green school. So she comes home one day and she knows she's failed her test. She doesn't say anything to anybody. She just goes in her room and sulks. And her mother figures out what's wrong. But the new rule is that the kids at the yellow school are being shipped off to Kansas, which is hundreds of miles away, maybe 1,000 or more, from where they live. So the mother gets herself sent there as a teacher, and she finds out that there's way more to the school than what she thought. That it's not just as they tell them. It's not just a school. It's much more, and it's much worse than they ever imagined. Okay, yeah, you can just show me all of these. Okay. These were sent to me by Vance Pumphrey, the author. Actually, I bought the first one, which I have over there. And he sent me 2 through 5 because I was reading this through Book Tasters on ebook, which I hate ebooks. And he saw that I didn't like ebooks. So when I got into the 3rd book, he hit me up on Twitter and asked me if I would like copies of 2 through 5, that he had copies in his garage, and he sent them to me, and he inscripted each one to me personally, which is wonderful. Thank you, Vance. This is about basically there's 2 groups of friends, and they're 2 sets of 4 books. This is the first one in the first series, which is Valdaar's Fist, Dragma's Keep. And this is the first one in the second series, which is Live and Learn. The series is In Defense of the Lands. And I love the covers, they're beautiful. So, there's a mage, which is Sordak. There's a paladin, which is Strendor. There is a thief who's Save in Hand. There's a cleric who's a healer. That's Chrysalis. There's Wargath. I think he's a dwarf. And there's Brionne. Brionne is a ranger, which he comes in later in the series. They're looking for relics to raise a dead god. They need to get like 5 different things, and they can raise this dead god, and he can come back, and they think he'll save the land. Well, the other series, which is Live and Learn, is the other side, which these are followers of Valdaar, and these are followers of Praxar, and they're like rival gods. The one killed the other. Praxar kills Valdaar, and he throws his essence into something, a sword, I believe. And So the head of this is Jeremel. She's a paladin. There's Miso. He is the sorcerer. Or is he the cleric? It's hard to keep it all straight. There's a lot of different characters. But anyway, there's dragons, there's orcs, there's trolls, there's so many different creatures. Storm giants. This is the second book, The Library and Antiquity. The third book is The Platinum Dragon. No. The third book is Homme. The fourth book is The Platinum Dragon. The fifth book is Live and Learn, which is the start of the new series. And the sixth book is Die and Don't, which I'm currently reading. I'm about a third of the way through. I love this series. It has so many different characters and species of people. There's Goldfindel is part of Jaramel's group. He is a half-elf. And there's Ogmort and I can't remember the other one's name. But anyway, thank you, Vance. They're wonderful books. I love them. Now, we're on to my TBR. I just received this, the Blacksmiths Queen. I've had a few people tell me that it's really excellent. I don't know, but it's fantasy. That's right up my alley. It says, with the demise of the old king, there's a prophecy that a queen will ascend to the throne out of the hill lands. Bad news for the king's son, who are prepared to defend their birthright against all comers. But for blacksmith Keely Smythe, war is great for business, until it looks like the chosen queen will be Beatrice, her younger sister. Now it's all Keely can do to protect her family from enraged royals. Luckily, Keely doesn't have to fight alone, because thundering to her aid comes a clan of kilt-wearing mountain warriors called Amicais. Not the most socially adept group, but soldiers have never bothered Keely, and rough, gruff Cade actually seems to respect her. A good thing, because the fierce warrior will be by her side for a much longer ride than any prophecy ever envisioned. I need the next two. So I have Bloodprint, the Black Con, you can hold it, and the Blue Eye. Bloodprint I read about 2.5, 3 years ago. So I really don't remember much about it. So I'm going to read this again. And then the Black Con, this is the United States cover. This is the UK cover. I like this cover better. Sorry to say, America, but yeah, it beats to me. And that is a US cover. I don't mind this cover, but this one I really don't care for. But I like those covers. They're all really pretty. So, a dark power called the Talisman, born of ignorance and persecution, has arisen in the land, led by a man known only as the One-Eyed Preacher. It's a cruel and terrifying movement bent on world domination. A superstitious, patriotic, you can hold them up, a patriarchy that suppresses knowledge and subjugates women and is growing. But there are those who fight the talisman speed, including the companions of Hera, a diverse group of influential women whose power derives from the claim, the magic inherent in the words of the sacred scripture. Foremost among them is Arian and her fellow warrior Sanaya, skilled fighters who are knowledgeable in the clan. This daring pair have long stalked talisman slave chains, searching for clues, weapons to help their battle their enemies' oppressive ways. Now they may have discovered a miraculous symbol of hope that can destroy the one-eyed preacher and his fervid followers, the Bloodprint. A dangerous text the talisman has tried to erase from the world. Finding the Bloodprint promises to be their most dangerous undertaking yet, an arduous journey that will lead them deep into the talisman territory. Though they will be helped by allies, a loyal boy they free from slavery, and a man they use to be both Arian's confidant and sword master. Arian and Sanaya know that this mission may well be their last. Okay. Next is a book I bought, which I bought it used. Kind of came a little damaged. It was supposed to be like new, but the postman could have did that. So this is by Richard Chizmar and Stephen King, my idol. So let me read what it says. The little town of Castle Rock, Maine has witnessed some strange events and unusual visitors over the years. In the summer of 1974, 12-year-old Gwendy Peterson encounters a stranger sitting on a park bench, dressed in black jeans, a black coat, and a black powder hat, unusual for such a warm day. This man in black is here in Castle Rock specifically to pass along an obligation for Gwendy that is both fantastic and terrifying on his behalf, and for an unspecified period of time. She must take possession of and hide with multicolored buttons and levers. The reward for safeguarding the box will transform her life in ways Gwendy could never imagine, but the price to pay for her failure could very well mean the end of everything. Here is Stephen King and Richard Chizmar. And last but not least is a buddy read with Completely Melanie and her group, Buddy Reads with Mel. Sarah J. Maas. This is supposedly some short stories on her Throne of Glass series, which I believe I've only read one of so far, so this will be my second one. I read her other series, Court of Thorns and Roses, and I really like her style, so I figured while my friends were reading it, I would read it. Thank you very much. If you liked what you see, hit like, subscribe. I need some new subscribers. I have a very small channel. I do read through Book Tasters. That's where I met Vance and a few other authors. Alan Stanfield, Paul, I wish I could remember your last name. And a special shout out to Holly Hart's Books, who turned me on to Joe Abercrombie. I just read Half a Prince, or Half a King, and I loved it, and I can't wait to get the rest of the series and get some more of his books. Thank you all for watching. You can find me here. You can find me on Twitter as Mama Duke's Author. Facebook is for family and close friends. authors can get in, some close booktuber friends can get in, but I don't really take random people because it's family-oriented page. Here on BookTube, I'm just under my name, Barbara Centini. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope to see you again. Comment. I will be sure to get back to you. I answer all comments. Everybody have a blessed day and bye. Say bye, Alyssa.